and welcome to Have Guitar. I hope you're doing great as always. Today we're gonna have a look at the VST plugin. It's Ugritone's Riot Drums. I got this, they had a sale during Christmas, so I got it for $5 and I figured can't go bad with that. So I bought it and here we are. I'm gonna review it and you're gonna see all the features here. I hope you like this video. I was thinking I'm gonna do more of these VST plugins videos or whatever you wanna call them during 2020, of course. So the Riot Drums, as you can see here, I'm on their webpage for any links and stuff like that. See this video's description. Now it's a little bit more expensive than $5, but you can keep your eye open if you like this plugin. This drum set is a fully sampled drum kit, as you can see. It was inspired by classic 90s hardcore albums. It sounds very raw, rough and ready, you could say. Check this video's description for any links. So on the page you can add it to the cart, you can buy it of course, you can also listen to it. They have some great demos here. I can't play them because my screen recording software only shows or records the sound of my DAW right now. You have all the features here. We are going to go through them as we get into the VST plugin. The mix window, routing window, and everything, questions and answers and blah blah blah. If you want to, they have also some great MIDI packs, as you can check them out here. Black metal, doom metal, death metal, metalcore, thrash, skate punk. Loads of great packs, and one good thing with MIDI packs is that you don't have to sit and do all the programming of the drums. I hate doing that, and I know I will not get exactly the same quality or the same flexibility as if I did it myself or if I hired a drummer to do it. But as a tool for songwriting or just throwing together a quick demo, MIDI packs are just great. And there are many more than Ugritones, but I mean, hey, they are selling these. They are here, available, they are not too expensive, just a tip. So, here we are in Reaper. I've just loaded the plugin on a track. This is the first window of the plugin. As you can see, it's a drum set in a very appropriate facility, you could say, because it sounds just like this room looks. Here you have all the drums, snare, the toms, the cymbals, the bass drum, and the snare, if I didn't already say that. I don't really know why they do a drum screen like this. It's nice to watch. Maybe it gives a little bit more feel, atmosphere, I don't know. Anyway, so I said this is a VST plugin. It's VST, VST3, AU and AXX, and it demands a 64-bit system to run. So with that out of the way, we'll go into the mixer. So, here we are in the mixer. Might look complicated perhaps, but it's not really, because we have all the drums in the top lane. You can see the bass drum, snare, tom 2, tom 3. If you have ever worked with the mixer, you know this is not very complicated. Each row corresponds to one of the drums, and for each drum you can control the close front mic, the close rear mic, pan, room close, room far, overheads, main level. You can solo and mute them. This can make quite a big difference actually, and we're gonna have a listen to that in just a while, but let's have a quick look at the routing first. Well, this is the routing matrix or the routing window. You can set the Riot Drums for 3 different modes: songwriting, 1 stereo out, just simple mixing, 6 stereo out, or matrix below. So the matrix is really this blue field of drums that you have here, and it's a little bit like with the mixer, that this row, the first row, corresponds to the bass drum, next row corresponds to the snare, etc, etc. And what you can do here is that if you set it for the matrix and you split out the drums, I'll show that later in the video, but you split them out on many different channels, then you can change on which channel you control the specific thing. So for like hi-hat, you can set the room far to another channel, because now all the cymbals have channel 6, right? But maybe you want to have room far for all the cymbals on channel 8 instead, to be able to get a more detailed control of the drums. So it's not really that complicated. You also have the MIDI note numbers, which is great, because this is the MIDI note that drum responds to. So I think 36 is C1 on the keyboard. So if you change it to 37, it will be another key, so to speak. So you can change it. That could be a good thing if you are using MIDI loops that are not mapped to a standard setting. Maybe the bass drum in a MIDI loop is on 32, and then you could change this here to 32, etc. So it makes it a little bit more easy to work with stuff like that. So one great thing that we have is the sound check, and the great thing is that if you want to mix the drums, you want to set up the sound of the drums, and you need something that keeps playing, then you use the sound check like this. You have different options here. I think they keep on going round and round until you turn it off or change to something else. Let's just show shells slow. Or maybe you want the whole set used in like a more realistic situation, or whatever you want to call it, all. Yeah, and so you can keep that rolling while you're working in the mixer or routing or whatever, wherever you are, whatever you're doing rather. And it's just a great option. The only thing that I'm missing is a MIDI loop browser, because that would make things so much easier if you had available, but it's not available, so you'll have to live with what we got. So I've prepared a couple of MIDI loops here. It's nothing fancy. I'm just gonna play around in the mixer to show you how you can change the sounds a little bit, and then we'll go even deeper in setting up the sound. But anyway, here is the MIDI loop. Or two loops. It's one just rhythm and then one fill. So I'm gonna start it. You listen to it once, and then we'll do something with the mixer to change the sounds. But this is what it sounds like out of the box, so to speak. Okay, so here is the mix, of course. What I don't like very much is the room far on the bass and the snare drum, so let's roll that off completely and listen to it, how it sounds now. Maybe we should roll off a little bit of that room far on the toms as well, so we can set that for about 12 o'clock maybe. Let's listen to it. Immediately a better sound, according to me, because I don't want that much room sound. Anyway, so let's play it, and I'll fiddle around a little bit with the controls, and you can hear what they do and how they affect the different drums. Let's play. Well, that's basically how the mixer works. You just have to fiddle around with the parameters until you have a sound that suits you or the needs that you have currently. But now let's see how it sounds when you export out the drums on different tracks, add some VST plugins to them, and use them in a mix, really, in a real mix with instruments. Okay, so I've prepared a little track here. It's just a little rocker, it's not real hardcore at all. But you're gonna have a listen to the drums first, because I've done some alterations to them. And let's have a listen to the drums alone first. Sounds like this. And as you can see, I have exported out the drums, so I have them on separate channels. Well, how do you do that? Yeah, you do it like this. In Reaper you go to the Insert menu, and then you choose Virtual Instrument on New Track. Then you should pick... Sorry for that. Then you should pick the VST plugin. Okay. Now it'll ask about build routing confirmation, so it'll export out the VST plugins to different channels. But I don't want another instance of this plugin, so let's just cancel it. So what have I done with the drums? For the bass drum I've added an EQ and a compressor. Let's listen to it without the EQ and the compressor, then it sounds like this. The compressor really makes the trick. Then we have the snare drum, where I have added an old school reverb from Vox & Go, and once again a compressor, the same compressor, just to pump up the oomph of the snare drum. Let's listen to it without these two, then it sounds like this. So that makes a whole lot of difference. For the toms, I've just added a compressor. I don't think I need to show you how it sounds with or without it. Now, let's have a listen to the track I recorded. It's really nothing fancy. It's 4 rhythm guitars, 2 on each side, panned out. It's a bass and there is a solo at the end, but we will not listen that far. I'm just gonna play a little bit of this song and you can hear how the drums sound in the mix. I'm not sure if it's a perfect mix either, but this is what we have to work with, and this is how it sounds. Alright, so this is the end of the video. Thanks ever so much for watching. The Riot Drums from Ugritone, well, for $5 it's a bargain. And it's still quite cheap for a fully fledged sampled drum set. If you like the sound of these drums, they have a bunch of other virtual instruments as well. Might be something of interest for you if you are interested in doing home recordings, demos, songwriting. What I know, what do you want to do? I have no idea really. But anyway, a great tool for doing demos, and you can get these drums to sound really good, I would say. The only thing that is a little bit of a letdown, as I've said before in the video, is the lack of a MIDI library window. Because that would be so much easier because I don't know how many thousand MIDI files I have with different drum loops. I don't really know why they haven't added in that, because that would make this an even more powerful tool to use in your songwriting. And if you think that the current price is a little bit too steep, maybe you want to wait around, because I'm sure they're going to do some sales like this before. I think it's currently 40% or something on all the products. So it's not $5, but it's still almost half the price. A great plug-in, I would say. Not sure what you're thinking about this. Is this something good? Should I do more? Because I've certainly have planned to do more VST plugin demos, reviews, whatever you want to call it, showcase during 2020 to ease up the domination of Kemper profile packs, which is fun to try out, but I want to expand the channel to do more than just Kemper stuff. I've been talking about this before, you know. So feel free to let me know in the comments. And did this kind of demo, review, showcase work? What do you think? Something I should do differently? Something I should do better? Let me know in the comments, because I'm open for suggestions. Just let me know, please. With that said, thanks again for watching. I hope you liked it. If you do, please subscribe to support Have Guitar, because the more we are, the merrier, and in the end, while laughing, we'll take over the world. Okay? So, be with us. Be a subscriber. Yep, with that said, that's all really. There is a new video out every Thursday, and I almost forgot to say thank you to all of you who already do subscribe. I gotta say that. From my heart to you, thank you. The support is just fantastic. Thank you again. And as I've said, a new video out every Thursday. Now I'm starting rambling, so it's time to shut down the camera. And yeah, with that said, stay clean and play really hard. Alright? Goodbye.